space is fake. At least that is what millions of videos online want you to believe. They claim every image from space is CGI, every rocket launch is staged, astronauts float in swimming pools, and Earth is sealed inside a giant dome. Today, we are not here to mock anyone. We are here to test every major proof used to claim that space is fake, one by one, using physics, optics, real footage, and real science. The first claim says space images are CGI because they look too perfect. This argument sounds convincing until you understand how cameras work in extreme environments. Space is an airless vacuum with pure sunlight and no atmosphere to scatter light. This creates sharp contrasts, deep black backgrounds, and bright surfaces. When the Hubble or James Webb telescope captures an image, raw data is collected in multiple wavelengths, including infrared and ultraviolet. These are then converted into visible colors, so humans can see the details. That process is called color mapping, not CGI. CGI creates something from nothing. Space images are built from real light captured by sensors millions of miles away. The second claim focuses on fish-eye lenses. Space deniers say Earth looks curved because wide-angle lenses bend straight lines. This is easy to test. We have footage from hundreds of rockets using different lenses, from narrow-field military optics to wide-angle public cameras. Even weather balloons with standard lenses show curvature at high altitude. More importantly, curvature matches Earth's mathematically predicted size every single time. A lens can distort edges, but it cannot create a consistent curve that matches Earth's radius across thousands of independent missions by different countries. Another popular argument says astronauts are floating because they are underwater or hanging on wires. If that were true, bubbles would appear. Water resistance would slow movements. Hair would clump. None of this happens. Astronaut motion follows Newton's laws of motion in microgravity. Objects move until acted on by force. Tools float, rotate, and drift exactly as physics predicts. Wires would snap, sway, or cast shadows. Thousands of hours of footage from different lighting conditions show none of these signs. Then there is the bubbles in space claim. Some videos show small particles floating near astronauts, and people say those are bubbles proving it is filmed underwater. In reality, those particles are ice crystals, paint flakes, or debris released during maintenance. In a vacuum, tiny particles drift slowly and reflect sunlight, creating the illusion of bubbles. True bubbles cannot exist without liquid and pressure. Space has neither. Another claim says stars are fake because they are not visible in space photos. This misunderstands exposure. Cameras on the International Space Station are set to capture bright Earth details. Stars are extremely faint compared to sunlit Earth. When exposure is adjusted to see stars, Earth becomes completely overexposed. Astronauts themselves confirm that stars are visible to the naked eye, but cameras must choose one exposure or the other. Some say space agencies lie and all countries fake it together. This would require thousands of scientists, engineers, private companies, rival nations, and even amateur astronomers to maintain the same lie for over 60 years. Satellites can be tracked by civilians. Radio signals from spacecraft are received by amateurs. GPS, weather forecasting, satellite TV, and internet infrastructure depend on orbital mechanics that only work if space is real. Finally, the claim that Earth is inside a dome collapses when tested against reality. Radar signals, long-range missiles, space probes, and astronomical observations would all fail if a solid dome existed. They do not. Every measurement of gravity, orbital motion, and electromagnetic transmission matches a real, open space environment. Science does not ask you to believe, it asks you to test. When we test these claims honestly, every proof that space is fake falls apart. Space is not CGI. It is vast, measurable, and unforgivingly real.